been noticing more and more on Facebook that everyone seems to be extremely negative, bitter. Their goal almost seems to be to insult the other person to prove that they're more correct than the other is. As if we're still competing with other people, but with the mask of spirituality. We're pretending to be more spiritual than the person that we are talking to, and then we'll belittle the person to prove that, which really, if you think about it, actually takes away from what we're actually saying. If you're going to insult someone who will claim to be more spiritual, you could not claim to be more spiritual. Because to be spiritual, you're supposed to be understanding of the other person. If you don't know where someone's coming from, to understand where they're coming from, how they got there, why they think that way, you might learn something yourself too. The whole point of this is to be open-minded, to be learning from other people, to learn everything that we possibly can, because we're never done growing. Our journeys are never finished. We've always got more to do. We've always got more to learn about, and I don't understand why we seem to have taken this open-mindedness and used it to justify our close-mindedness. We're paper tigers. Really, if you think about it, we're not actually doing anything. We're not bettering anyone. We're not even bettering ourselves. We're actually hurting ourselves because we're putting other people down. Everyone else is a reflection of ourselves. So if we're putting down the people who are reflections of us, we're just putting ourselves down. We're not helping anyone else. We're not helping ourselves. We're hurting ourselves in the name of betterment. That's hypocrisy at its finest. That's absolutely ridiculous. How can you claim to be better than someone else when you're speaking purely from your ego? It's silly, really. If you don't understand where someone's coming from, ask. Don't assume that they're stupid for thinking differently from you. They've clearly got information that you don't. It might not be valid, but it's information that you haven't heard from. You can either learn something from this other person, or you have the opportunity to teach this other person. But if you attack them right off the bat and put them on the defensiveness, you're never going to accomplish anything, because as soon as you put them on the defensiveness, they're going to put you back on defense. And once you're both in a defensive point of view, you're at a stalemate. Nothing's going to get accomplished. You're not bettering each other. You're not even debating at this point. You're just arguing and nattering back and forth. Is that really where we want to head on this whole, spiritual ride? This is supposed to be a lifestyle for us, not just another religion that we bicker back and forth against other religions. We're trying to be the best we can be. At the very least, if we can't help other people to be the best that they can be, at least try for ourselves. At least try to be the best that we can be and set the example for those who don't seem to be following the line. But if we can't set the example, what are we preaching?